After about a solid week of rain, you begin to wonder if the levees, which were designed to keep water out of the delta, aren't working in reverse, keeping water in. But then again, wet and boggy fields draped in fog are more often the rule during the cold winter months in the delta than not. I guess it's that way in the hills too, but it's more noticeable in the delta where the land is so flat and most of it is barren of crops and uncultivated in winter anyway. And the ever-greenless woods fringing the fields are about as bleak-looking as the delta dirt leading up to it. And this is what you see for miles and miles. And this is what's been seen here every winter for 150 years since the old-growth hardwoods were harvested and the open land left behind plowed and planted. In the winter, along comes the rain and the fog and the cold. And the delta looks like this. And the plowed rows in the fields accented in silver, giving the place some sort of symmetry. I mentioned it before, but it's been a while, so I'll tell it again. We had an English teacher back in Greenville High School explaining to us students one winter day her theory of why England produced so many good writers. She told us that since England is so fog-bound and dreary, the people there had to cultivate their imaginations to find places of delight, and for many that translated into creative writing. Looking out the window of the classroom and seeing a landscape that looked about like this, suddenly I understood why the deltas produced so many good writers and storytellers. But after 6 days of rain in the delta, you'd think God wouldn't need a full 40 days to flood the whole world. Another good week of this should do it. But the delta is flat. And then some winters, like this one, you get enough cold weather to turn the woods into icy sculptures. The trees take on a majesty they only display in times like these. And then, even more rare, we get some snow on the tail end of all of it. Now, let me just say that I had no problem with last winter. Didn't hurt my feelings a bit to tell my friends up north about how we just didn't have a winter in Mississippi. Can't say that about this winter, though. But I can still brag that I live in a part of the country where you can sleep in one morning and miss an entire snowstorm. But the delta's going to need some time to get rid of all that water this year.